Hey, it's Tuesday night, October 13th, 2015. If you're in Chicago, you know the Cubs won, so that's why I'm a little delayed tonight. Show's probably not going to be that long tonight. I just wanted to do something because it was the Me Man March this weekend, and I thought that it would be great to kind of touch bases on that. I've actually set up some things where we can talk about that. But first, we want to do our business advertisements as always. Um, Starting off today, King's Cubby Daycare, 82nd and Colfax. Uh, Give them a call. They take kids 6 weeks to 12 years old. Kevin King character, poetry, weddings. He's got a book. You can get it on Amazon or CD Baby, iTunes. Rochelle Millsap. She does residential real estate. Good person to know. She can answer any of your questions. And of course, I am the owner of RPC Computing. RPC is your PC repairs, upgrades, consultations. 773-416-2955. As I was saying, Cubs won tonight. I know everybody's happy. But we did have the Million Man March this week, and you can see it online still. If you are interested in seeing the 5 hours, you can go to C-SPAN, and there's a section there where you can watch the speech in its entirety. And we're going to talk about a lot of the stuff that was uh, during the speech. I just took down a few pages of notes of things I found noteworthy, but you may want to see it yourself and make your decisions based on that. With that in mind, we are going to go ahead and get into the show. Million Man March, 20 years later. What was the tone for the first Million Man March? What was the call? It was about a call for atonement, getting ourselves right, with our wives, with our children, with our communities. It was about reconciliation, accepting responsibility. This one here seemed more, well, first of all, I'll say it was more inclusive overall. It had, it didn't limit anybody. There were women there. There were different groups, LGBT. There was the Indian Americans. Well, they didn't want to be called Americans, but they wanted to be called the Native uh, Americans, and they spoke and they had a good part. And then there was the Latino community joining, so it was the Black and Brown coalitions. It was the Justice League of New York. Just so many different groups were included in this, and so I'm just going to urge everyone to get out there and at least look at it. Since it's on C-SPAN, it's just a video. You can scroll backward or forth to the parts that you may feel are important to you. Even saw, and something that I saw, they even had a Latino brother who was now part of the nation, the Fruit of Islam, and never seen that before. So I understand Farrakhan made this a more inclusive type of thing instead of it just being a black thing, because we share a lot of common things with a lot of people and the struggle that goes on here in America for a lot of us, and we can't exclude everybody all the time. Sometimes it may just be about us, but sometimes it's about everybody. Of course, the Black Lives Matter people were there. Uh, they spoke about a lot of different things other than the Black Lives Matter. They talked about economics. Uh, they talked about how we're fighting a war on two fronts. How we're how we need to be able to fight that war on two fronts and and build ourselves up. One of the economic pieces that you'll probably hear more and more about is the commercialization of Christmas and how much money we spend as blacks in America on all of these different products and things in America. Almost $2 million worth of spending. Not 2 million. I'm sorry, $2 trillion. And how if we want to gain any type of economic freedom, we may need to start doing things differently. And I say that all the time. And grow what we have for ourselves, for our own businesses. That was the point. I mean, and we've been trying to beat that home forever. It talked about closing the gap between the older generation and the newer generation as far as the thinking and beliefs on how things should go as far as these movements like the Black Lives Movement. They wanted the elders to step back and let them run it, which I agree. It's their turn now, so they have to make their mistakes and they have to run it the way they see fit. But they still should kind of look for some guidance in certain areas from the older people. That's going to take a little time to get together. Farrakhan's speech was 3 hours long, and the man loves to talk, but he put a lot of different spins on a lot of different things there. He was one part that I really liked, and I guess this goes back to making an atonement with your wife or your girlfriend. And he spoke about the woman being the greatest gift from God to man, and how we need to nurture that and grow that and support that and be the man in a relationship. He talked about the incarceration laws and the changing of laws and using our political vote to move some of these laws off the books. Some things that have been there for years. He talked about when are we going to get to the point of enough is enough and realize that there is a need for change. He talked about us preparing future leaders to lead us into the next generation. I mean, as he said, we're all going to die, and our biggest fault could be that we haven't prepared anybody to step into these roles, and that would be a great downfall. He talked about taking back the communities. He made a call for 10,000 men and 10,000 women to really step up and try to move uh, the society as a whole in a new direction. That's one part I thought was real pertinent that he did. And sometimes you got to call the president out, I guess. And he told Obama basically to be quiet because America has so many how should I say so many noses in everybody else's business around the world, and how China treats their people, or how some of the Mid Eastern countries treat their people, and it's kind of hypocritical because look at how America treats us and other minority groups in America. So it becomes a hypocritical thing, and it was good to see him call America out on that. Pretty much everybody that got up on the stand was calling America out on the BS. The Native American Indians even shouted down with America, and I think they have probably been screwed over more than any of us. But my feelings on the march as a whole was it was good for everybody to come back together because you got to think this was 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, I was 30. And I have to look at where I was at, what I was doing, and look where I'm at now and what I'm doing now to see. did I pick up the call? And everybody brother's gonna have to do that for themselves to see, did I do some things to change my life, change my family life? You may not have changed everything on the whole, but you may have changed the conditions of your family and where you were at, and sometimes that's all we can do, and that's a blessing that we're even able to do that under the circumstances that we work under most of the time. But there's still a lot of work to do. We need to get our communities back and find some programs to put these young men in. There was a bill signed. They're going to be releasing 6,000 men back into society that had small offenses, not murders or anything like that. Maybe there was a small drug case or something like that, and hopefully those brothers can come out and have a new opportunity. I mean, there's still going to be laws that need to be changed for them to have an opportunity, because if you got to check off that felon box on the application, that's going to knock off a lot of people. So we have to start growing institutions to support these brothers that have been in trouble, that need a second chance, because as a whole, America may not give them a second chance. So we have to develop programs that will allow these brothers to have a second chance. If you got any ideas or you know of any programs, shoot me an email at the show 1965 at yahoo.com. Hit me up. Let me know something. I'll pass on that information. I'll share with other brothers and sisters. If you know about job opportunities, I'll share that too. Visit our YouTube channel, the show. That's where we're going to post the videos. Like I say, tonight was going to be a real short show. Just wanted to get in and put something out there. You may want to tune in to the Thursday show. It's going to be called Happy Life, Happy Wife, which is kind of a play on words where they used to say happy wife, happy life. We're going to flip that around and say happy life, happy wife. And that'll be Thursday show this week, the 15th. So tune into that. And I, I got a clip for everybody this week because I love Paul Mooney. And even when he's being funny, he's being serious. And I came across something, and I'm going to share that with you all. And we're going to leave it at that for today. So, as we always end the show, love, peace. So, we out of here.
He's half African.
Obama is.
He's half African. Everybody's half white. That's why people say they're biracial. That means that they can prove one of their parents is white. Every black person in America is biracial. That's why I like DNA. DNA doesn't lie.
Have you had
And the white man that invented DNA, trust me, he's dead. They found him by the railroad tracks. Because DNA was supposed to put black people in jail, and what it did was free them. That's God's work.
Okay. We're getting pretty close. I mean, let's.
Okay, ask me something else. I'm enjoying this. This
Okay,
is
I
crazy.
don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. You have to want or nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be looking at this in rebuttal to the previous clip. I mean, a lot of things have changed and some haven't in the last 3 years.
Yeah, well,
We've gotten a president elected that's African, half African. And Michael Jackson passed.
yeah, Michael passed. Yeah, the world lost a genius. And Michael Jackson was not a pedophile. You can forget that. Now, he was definitely X-Files, but he's not a pedophile.
So, I don't know. So if the definition of racism is holding power over someone else, is that how you define it?
It's not how I define it. It's what is. Look at America's history. America, if you believe in coded, America says race. America is race. America's founded on racism. I didn't found America. I had nothing to do with America. It is what it is. I didn't create it.
So there's an interesting point that Richard Pryor makes about when you first became friends. He said that he envied you in a way.
What?
In the book, you say that he felt envious of you in a way because you had no fear.
Well, no, I've never had it. I've never had it. That's since I was 7. I don't have it. It's innate. That's God in me. I have nothing to do with it. People are stunned by things that come out of my mouth. I'm shocked. It comes from somewhere else.
You're an open vessel?
Yeah, it's just, no, it's just, I'm surprised some things are coming out of my mouth. I'm shocked. People are shocked, but I'm shocked too. But I like it.
How do you get away with it?
Easy. I told you I was free, white, and 21. That's how you get away with it. And when you realize that you're free, white, and 21, you'll get away with it. It's an old Southern expression. And it says everything. It really does.
Okay, I'm curious, does it make sense to you?
Oh, well, it makes a lot of sense. And it makes a lot of sense to you too.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just thinking in terms of like Du Bois said. I mean, if that was 100 years ago, we're going to be dealing with race, and that's going to be the issue. And seemingly, like you say, overtly, it seems that things have changed.
Yeah, not really. No, I'm writing a script now. Remember Rip Van Winkle? Remember? Mm-hmm. My Rip Van Winkle's black. He falls asleep. There's a man being lynched. He sleeps for 100 years. He wakes up, a man's being lynched. Maybe when you see my film, you'll understand it more. You'll be better educated about it. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. You know, I told you tonight about the doll test. The girl had the doll test. Our kids say the same thing. That means that they're being brainwashed. The white doll is nice, it's pretty, and the black doll is bad and ugly. That's brainwashing.
So,
You know, that comes from that, what was that man's name? That Lynch man. That Willie Lynch. That's the Willie Lynch syndrome. To brainwash us. Then they'll do it themselves. They must only love and trust us, not each other. Notice the difference in their skin color, their ages, and terrify their females. Our black women do things that came from slavery. They don't even know why they do it. Our black women slept with the white man. When you sleep with someone, they're very vulnerable. And the black woman found out how much he hates us. That's why she has a fear for the young black male. Women in a family will damn near make a black man a pimp. They protect us, they give it to us. They try to hold us as long as they can because they know once we get out there, because when we reach puberty, that sexual thing, that white man, they know how much that white man hates us. And we're going to jail or we're going to be murdered. And the black woman knows it. And she takes the female and she pushes her out there first. Working jobs, everything, but not us. She holds us back psychologically. It comes from slavery. They have a fear. They terrorized the black woman. They tore the black man. They put horses. They tore our heads off. They did evil things so she could see it, so she could make her children behave. She has a fear.
Yeah, Bell Hooks has a book that deals with that.
Who?
Bell Hooks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she says that, a lot of...
How old is he? How old is Bill Hooks?
Bell Hooks, she is older than me. She's probably in her 50s.
Huh?
She's probably in her 50s.
Well, then she's been watching my show. They all watch me and listen to me. I'm serious.
Feminist critic, but I mean...
It doesn't even matter. I've been doing this for 41 years. I know Richard, more than half of his life. I've been talking this. I've been on that front row, believe me, and they've been sitting there. I did this when it wasn't popular. I'm not getting into people's case, but I'm nobody's fool. I have that soapbox. I have a voice, and they listen. They get a lot of stuff from me. I've been out there. I was in Hollywood when Richard and I kicked that door in. We didn't open it. We kicked it in. That's why this generation thinks that it's their birthright. We had to give up a lot for them to have what they have. I had to wait 40 minutes for my grits. This generation gets their grits in 5 minutes. They want stuff instantly now. They can't even wait to die. That's why they kill each other. You're going to die. Just wait for death. It's coming. Just wait. Be patient. Black is the new white. It's funny. The bottom line is it's very, very funny.
Whenever you have the